This is chapter 25 of Beyond Exile. It's called Pontoon, and it opens where we're on the streets of Hong Kong, and we see that there is Frank is in the streets, walking around. And I just want to back up a bit and recall what just happened in chapter 24, Jack Parsons. While Frank was, walking around here in Hong Kong, it cut to a scene, and we don't know where, but it was featuring Carlos, or Frank's old friend Illich, who, when he last met in a pub in London, they split off. Frank went off to Milan, and Illich, or Carlos, as he changed his name to, went off to Brussels. From some secret location, he writes in a manifesto of his terrorist activities. And one key item to note in that was that his audience is three, including Gaddafi, Wadi Haddad, and Frank Glendover wandering somewhere in Asia, which is a very important line to indicate that there is some sort of intelligence going on as far as Frank's whereabouts being known and tracked. And of course, Frank is oblivious to this, in addition to falling many times to sickness and getting attacked, and lots of misfortune for Frank at this point. So we're going to pick up now with a Hong Kong part of the story with Frank. He has just visited Master Yen, and that didn't go very well. Nothing much seems to be going well with Frank. So we're the observer here, and we can look at Frank, at which point we are Frank. So now we are walking around the streets of Hong Kong, and we can look at our wallet. The last of Gertrude's money, $400. And you might recall that he was flying on a globe-trotting trip with Gertrude from France to India and to Tibet and to Thailand and then here to Hong Kong. But he's left with the last of her money, which is $400. We take the wallet, and there's a one-way ticket, and it said, Gertrude's parting gift, a holiday in Cambodia. So we'll take the one-way ticket. So we have an air flight. We have travel out of Hong Kong. We can go west. Takes us to the YMCA Kowloon, and there's nothing to do here. We can go north. That puts us at Czech Lapkok Airport, and look at the Cathay Pacific Airline. We can go here. A friendly-looking clerk would like to see your ticket. Well, you can speak to the clerk. May I help you? And Frank's response: can I exchange this ticket for cash? Can I fly somewhere else? I need to get back to the U.S. Let's see if we can get some cash. No, sorry, sir. Okay, doesn't work. Can I fly somewhere else? Try that one. To Frank: we can fly you to any Indonesian island. No thanks. I'll stick with Cambodia. I want to see Angkor Wat. Can I land in Siem Reap? Maybe I should try my luck in Bali. Let's try, I'll stick with Cambodia. No response there. Try it again. Can I fly somewhere else? Maybe I should try my luck in Bali. And it says, suit yourself, sir. Just hand me the ticket, please. Give one-way ticket to clerk. Okay. So, if we keep going through this, or we just give him a ticket. So we hand the one-way ticket to the clerk. And with that, Frank, he's on a plane from Hong Kong, and he's taking which little money left he has. And he lands in Denpasar, Bali. And this is where the chapter 25 Pontoon begins. And this is scene 204, the Ngurah Rai International Airport. So from the airport, let's say we can go north. Takes us to scene 205, the city of Denpasar in this frame. From here we can go west to scene 206, and it's the Australian consulate. And there's a character, Gary. He's a guard. You look at Gary. Big and blonde. You speak to him. To Frank, your identification, sir. Sure, I left my passport in the hotel. It's going to show wallet, passport, Gary. Let's see here. I left my passport in the hotel. Let's try that again. So, when you use your wallet / passport to on Gary, then you look at it and it says he didn't require much. There's $360 left. So a little paying off the guard money is all Gary needed, and you can take the wallet back as Frank, at which point you can proceed forward northbound. He goes inside into scene 207, an empty warehouse. And there's Nick, another guard. You look at Nick, blonder and burlier. Okay. Speak to Nick. And he says to Frank, you know the drill. Should have guessed. So, pretty self-explanatory there. Let's see, here's the passport on Nick. And then, it says still $360 isn't bad. So he's paid off a couple guards. Got inside into the consulate, a guarded room. Into a heavily guarded room, which is scene number 208. And you see there are 4 people in this room. 4 Australian gentlemen, I see. Bruce, Michael, Ian, and Craig. The rich young Aussies favored this hybrid of 7-card stud and easy-peasy. We're playing the card game with Pontoon. Speak to Bruce. Let's look at Ian. Played stoned on rum and opium with stout Balinese boys standing alert to lift champions back into the chairs. And then you see a new character here, Kita. So Frank learns to value Pontoon, rotating like a snorting bull around the teak restaurant table. He plays the small pots loud, the big pots quiet. Smiles at their gallows humor and parlays his small stash into a real possibility of departure. So, there's no more interaction there. And the only clue I have is that it says, with stout Balinese boys standing alert to lift champions back into their chairs, and that's what Kita would be. So he's the guard here, so let's use that same strategy that we bribed the guards before I give Kita a little money for us to let us go. So when you use that wallet on Kita, now there's an exit. And when we use the exit, it takes us outside of the pontoon room at the consulate into regions, the outskirts of North Denpasar, which we have our wallet again as we exit and I guess Frank picks his wallet back up, and it says, "Not bad. The bully only took 15, leaving 1,000." So he more than doubled his money playing Pontoon. The boy was so poor, he only needed $15. Have that. So Frank's starting to make some money gambling here, and maybe his luck's starting to change. So he takes his wallet, and upon that, a new chapter begins called A Small Grave, and we'll get into that. But we're going to pause the game now. This was chapter 25, Pontoon, in Beyond Exile. Thank you for watching this adventure.